district for 39 years. She taught kindergarten, and so every once in a while, I like to tell her, boy, you had it easy as a teacher because you only work 9 months out of the year. Doesn't ever really go over so well with teachers because those 9 months they're working or 10 months they're working, they're doing something that I don't want to do. They're investing in the lives of our children. We are in studio with the founder of $1 Million Teacher Project, Lloyd Hopkins. Lloyd, welcome to the show. Right off the bat, tell us what $1 Million Teacher Project is and where you got your passion for it from.
Well, first I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come in here and speak. And
well, you look like you could beat me up, so I mean, at this point, I got to let you in.
Looks can be deceiving. Looks can be deceiving. But and you said that, you know, when you were talking about investing in the future, it's not that we don't want to invest in the future. We all just have our different ways of going about it, right? So my story goes back really about 18 years. You know, it started right out of high school with me wanting to be the, you know, as hokey as it may sound, the change that I wanted to see in the world. You know, grew up single parent household, didn't really have any positive role models in my life, and I really wanted to be that for kids. And so my first thought right out of high school was that I want to teach. I think anybody with a bleeding heart or who cares about kids thinks they want to teach. So I wound up eventually getting a job.
You're making me feel really bad about myself right now.
That's not the goal. That's not the goal. We all help in our own ways, yes. Michael, in our own ways. And so I got into the class, and this is where I'll make you feel better about yourself, is I got into that class and I worked as a teaching assistant in a classroom for about 5 years. And what I really learned is, like, I don't want to teach. I don't want to be in here with these kids. I'm gonna wind up hurting one of these kids, ruining their lives. I don't want that type of burden or that responsibility. I wasn't in the classroom management, none of that. And so, which was a very important lesson for me to learn. But I still saw that I was very passionate about education. I just need to find another way to impact it. And also what happened, being in that classroom and learning that I wasn't cut out to teach, made me really respect the role of the teacher. Because not everybody can do it, you know, and I think as a society we tend to act like anybody can get in the classroom, but it really takes a skill and really takes a talent. And recognizing how underappreciated, undervalued, under-resourced teachers are led to me wanting to create $1 Million Teacher Project, because every teacher deserves to feel like $1 million.
We are in studio with Lloyd Hopkins, the founder of $1 Million Teacher Project. If you'd like some more information, please text the word TEACH to 411-923. That's TEACH to 411-923. If you can't spell the word teach, the school system has failed you.
And there's a few of them out there, I'm sure they're struggling.
All right, so specifically then, the $1 Million Teacher Project, how does it help teachers here and classrooms and students?
Okay, so thus far, we'll be 3 years old in October, and we've impacted about 2,000 teachers and nearly 30,000 students through our model. So our mission is to elevate the teaching profession through increased support, compensation, and recognition. So we create community-centered programming to increase how teachers are recognized, to drive more support directly into classrooms, and to create innovative strategies around teacher compensation. What we look at is how can we get creative? How can we think outside of the box? How can we innovate around how teachers are compensated? You know, because I think we've become too dependent on the current buckets. State taxes, property taxes, state funding, all those traditional buckets, and I think there's room to innovate, you know, and so what we look at is how can we stimulate innovation? How can we help people get creative? So that's how we try to impact compensation.
All right, if you'd like some more information about $1 Million Teacher Project, please text the word TEACH to 411-923. That's TEACH to 411-923. I have 2 boys. I have to think this through. I believe they're going into 8th grade and 5th grade.
Okay. Your wife would kill you if you didn't know that answer.
No, I know her birthday, and I know her anniversary, and I know Christmas. So I got the major 3 down pat, right? So, you know, I mean, obviously they're in schools and teachers and so forth. How can parents truly, at the end of the day, show our appreciation to those that are spending the time with our kids and teaching them? Because you don't get into teaching to make money.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, we want to, and we know Christmas, and then at the end of the year, you always do a little gift. But how can we give back?
So one, I want to say you're exactly right. A lot of people don't get into the profession to make a lot of money, but I think we've, as a community, we've abused that, because I still think that even though money may not be their motivator, they should make far more than they do.
Absolutely.
And we should, you know, and they should make a decent living. You know, that's just my personal belief. But what we can do, the simple things, because largely being a teacher is a thankless job, right? So bringing in a thank you basket, you know, coming in and volunteering in a classroom, even if it's not every single day, you know, and or all year, but coming in once or twice throughout a school year. These are little ways to lessen the workload, you know, having good communication and dialogue, you know, knowing how to advocate for your student, but also be a partner and a collaborator to the teacher, you know, so there's a connection between what's going on in the classroom and at home. I think we've kind of turned our classrooms into a babysitting service sometimes, you know, where it's a drop off, but there's no connection.
But then yet that just goes, and I don't want to get into this debate, but that just goes back to what my personal feeling is. We've handcuffed our teachers, and what they're allowed to do, and everybody's afraid of getting sued and so forth. So I don't blame the teachers for that whatsoever. That's just the environment we've created.
And teachers have all of the responsibility, none of the power, right? They have state standards. They have all these lofty goals that we've put on them, and then they don't necessarily have the tools to reach those standards and goals. And they do their best, you know, to the best of their ability. You have one teacher that's in a classroom in front of 30 to 40 kids. Different learning styles. Like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us in this room. We all learn different. We all receive information different. But we challenge teachers to get into a classroom and teach us all the same way, you know. And what winds up happening is they wind up teaching to the bottom, the middle, or the top. But no fault of theirs, because they're doing their best. They got to do what they got to do. And so it's really about how can we reimagine how classrooms look. The reason why we take a community-driven approach is because I think that the community should take ownership of what their schools look like. I
want to really quickly, because we're going to be coming up on a break here soon, but we are in studio with Lloyd Hopkins' $1 Million Teacher Project. How can we, by texting the word TEACH to 411-923, how can we help you and help your nonprofit?
Yeah, so some things we have coming up right away is you can always donate. You know, I think the biggest thing that nonprofits need is to continue building capacity so they can continue growing their model. And I think sometimes people don't recognize that there are hardworking people doing this work, so donating is always huge. Volunteering, you know, we do a number of events throughout the year, recognition events. We do stuff in classrooms, come out and volunteer, and also just help us spread awareness. Just share a post, you know, do a like, make a comment on social media. All those things help expand what we're doing.
All right, we are in studio with Lloyd Hopkins, the founder of $1 Million Teacher Project. If you'd like some more information, I encourage you to hop on his website, check out what they're doing, get involved. I'm looking forward to not only doing an event, but I like that shirt that you got.
You got to volunteer to get one.
Okay.
That's the incentive.
I'm volunteering right now. You're here at 92.3 KTAR. But if you'd like some more information, please go ahead and text the word TEACH to 411 and 923. That's a TEACH to 411 and 923. Some of you, your kids are already started. Some of your kids are starting this week. My kids aren't starting till the middle of August, but definitely take some time out throughout the year and appreciate the teachers and all their hard work that they do for our kids. Again, text the word TEACH to 411 923.